Let's take a look at creating your first email. Select Messages from the sidebar, then New Message. Shown here are our pre-made email templates, which are all designed to be responsive. As you can see, we have several different types of templates available, including a blank one if you wish to build your email from scratch. Let's use this travel template and customize it for our donut and baked goods store. Once selected, the chosen template will open in our drag and drop email editor. The primary part of the screen here is the email canvas, whereas the panel down the right-hand side lets you add new components into your email design, which can be dragged and dropped into place. Let's start customizing this template. First off, you can see that we have an image component. It's currently showing the travel logo. Let's replace the travel logo image with our own. Click on the existing image and use the Swap Image button to change it, or simply double-click on the image and it will perform the same action. Our Files and Images browser will now open. We can either drag and drop or upload an image from our computer, or navigate through the folders in the File and Image browser to choose an existing image that we may have used previously. Let's select our XYZ Donuts logo and use that one. Now we'll update the links on the right. This is called our Web Links component. We'll add one for our website's main homepage, one for our online store, and another for our Contact Us page. As you can see, clicking the link icon next to each one of these allows you to set where the link goes to once clicked by the recipient. Let's put the relevant website addresses in here. Now let's change the travel banner to our own image. Just like before, we can double-click on the image to open the Files and Image browser. Let's change the folder and use this Recipe Club image. Underneath this, we can see we have a paragraph component. Paragraph components are quite smart in that they have 4 different parts, some of which can be turned on or off. In addition to the normal text part, we have a title part, an image part, and a call to action part. Let's turn on the title to see what it looks like, though we'll leave it off for now. Paragraph components also have an image part, which as you can see is already turned on, but this is what it would look like if we were to turn it off. We'll turn it back on for this email. You can also change the image alignment, size, as well as the actual image itself. And finally, paragraph components also have a call to action part. This is what it would look like. You can use it to link people to your website, but again, we'll leave it off for now. Let's change the text inside the paragraph component. Just double-click on the text to open it into editing mode. As you can see, the toolbar here provides lots of formatting options, but for now we'll just change the wording at the top here, and then paste in some prepared text underneath. Now, while you could always drag in a new component from the right-hand side, why not duplicate an existing one? To do this, highlight it, then select the Duplicate option, as shown. Now, did you know that most of our components can be dragged next to one another to create 2 or even 3 columns? Let's try that with our duplicated component. Just drag it over next to the other one. There we go. We don't actually need this one for our email today, so we'll delete it using the icon provided. But the columns feature is a handy one to have access to, should you need it in your email. Let's also delete this next paragraph component too, as we don't need it. Now we'll replace this thin image element with a donut close-up. Once again, double-click, then select the image to replace it with, either by uploading it from your computer or selecting it from the library, just like before. Next up in our template, you'll see another paragraph component, but this one has a dark grey background. We'll double-click it to open it for editing and change the various lines of text to suit our needs. Continuing on, we don't need any of these next few components, so let's delete them. To finish up, let's alter this section with the Contact Us button. To link this image to our Contact Us page, we'll highlight it and click the link icon in the toolbar. Here we can add the URL or link to the Contact Us page, so that when the user clicks the button, it'll take them there. Now we'll change the color of this social media section to match our branding too. To finish up, let's add a footer component You can drag this component over from the panel on the side and place it at the bottom of the email. Double-click the placeholder image to replace it with our own logo. Change the size a bit, then replace the text on the left-hand side. And finally, let's change the background color to the same dark grey that we're using elsewhere in the email. And we're done. Let's save our email. Click Save, then enter a name and a subject. You should always test your email before sending it to your contacts, which you can do via the test function here. Once you've tested it, to send your email, click Send, check your subject, and then choose your recipients. Now you're ready to send your first email. By the way, you can do a lot more with the email editor than what we've seen today, such as mail merge fields, or wildcards as we call them, scheduled email sends, A/B testing of your subject lines, plus conditional content, where content in your email is shown or hidden based on certain criteria. To find out more, check out our Help Centre or get in touch with our support team.